Well, greetings to all my friends. This is Calabios. Adrian Broner, who some refer to as Lil Floyd, is speaking on being Floyd Mayweather Jr. to dominate WBA, WBC Junior Middleweight Champion Sal Canelo Alvarez. And, basically the thing about it is, on September 14th, Broner, he thinks that the 22-year-old Canelo's too experienced to win this fight, and he sees that being as a big factor in him losing to one being Floyd Jr. Broner said that Floyd's going to crush that guy. Alvarez just learned how to fight. He's very, very green. At the end of the day, Mayweather will be victorious. And I think you have to agree with Broner in his opinion about Canelo. I mean, if you look at how Canelo fought in his last fight against Austin Trout last April, you saw that Canelo looked like he didn't know what he was doing in there. He was backing up constantly, looking tired and not throwing punches. It looked like Canelo had the stamina to throw 2 flurries in each round, and he would need to rest after each flurry. As the fight wore on, Canelo threw less and less punches and was just moving his head. The fight had open scoring, and the scores were revealed after the 4th and 8th rounds, so that he and Trout could see that the scores were. Now, Canelo was way ahead on 2 of the judges' scores, despite having done very little. With a monstrous lead on these judges' scorecards, he did even less in the last 4 rounds of the fight. And it just looked like he was tired and unable or unwilling to throw punches. It didn't matter, though. He continued to win rounds and ended up winning the fight by a 12-round unanimous decision. Now, the Trout fight was Canelo's first against a quality opponent. He did not look good. Like I mentioned previously in one of the columns, I thought Canelo fought well enough to lose by 4 rounds, and even giving him a draw would be a gift with the way he fought. It was awful to watch and sad to see the scoring that was so out of touch with the reality that occurred in the ring on that night. Canelo will have to throw more punches against Mayweather if he wants to win, because throwing 2 flurries and then resting the remainder of the round isn't getting the job done against a talented fighter like Mayweather.